My in-laws are still in town, so if it sounds like there's thunder and lightning or construction happening in my house, it's just that they're playing with the kiddos. Anyway, we have to convene an emergency session of testing new makeup because I, being the dum-dum that I am, did not check my mail when my mailbox alarm went off today because my USPS didn't seem like there was anything interesting happening in the mail department. So I was like, it's probably just spam. It's probably just a bunch of junk mail. So of course I didn't check my mailbox until like 6 p.m. And let me tell you, there was a treasure trove of goodies in the mailbox, including the new blushes from Colourpop. I also got the new Clarins lip oils. And last but certainly not least, the three, yes, you heard me right, the 3 new palettes that are launching from Gourmand Girls. So if you want to see close-ups, if you want to see swatches, if you want to see me create an eye look, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like film tan girl-friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I love eyeshadow palettes a lot. I've tried out a lot of eyeshadow palettes, especially if you like indie brand eyeshadow palettes. This is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, Gourmand Girls is collabing with Ladybug Glow, and they created 2 palettes. And then we also have another palette, which I think is just for Gourmand Girls, that they're also releasing. All of these palettes are launching, I believe, on the 12th or the 13th. I'm not quite sure. And 2 of them are already available on the Ladybug Glow website. So I'll try and remember to link everything down below. My discount code is KHMAKEUP. I believe that works with both brands. So you can try it if you want. I'm not really sure about all the details of how all of this came to be, but we've got 3 gorgeous palettes. And when they reached out and asked if I wanted to try any of them, I was like, send me all 3 because I love all of the color stories. And let me tell you, these did not disappoint. I feel like at this point, when every color story has been done before, it's so fun to see something a little bit more unique. So I'll show them to you really quick. I just want to mention that the Paradise Cove palette is $34.99, and I'm assuming the El Camino is the same price as well. And then the Gourmandise palette is $44.99. So now you're seeing swatches and close-ups of all of the palettes. The Gourmandise palette I was so curious about because I feel like it's a pastel palette, but it's also like subtle and almost like cool tone vibes. So I thought it was a little bit different than the stuff we always see in the market. So this is their first pastel leaning matte palette, including 12 mattes, 3 duochromes, and 1 rainbow shifting holochrome. And these are so gorgeous. So I can't wait to dive in. We also have the El Camino, which is this very interesting color story. I don't even know what really to describe it as. I feel like it's a very kind of chaotic layout, but I like the uniqueness of it, and I love that they have a black, of course. And then Paradise Cove is straight to my soul. This is me in a color story. I love greens. I love the blues. There's a bit of neutral in there, so definitely lots of options with these palettes. So I wish I could do 3 eye looks. I cannot because, like I said, this is an emergency session. I'm literally filming this at 7 o'clock at night. It's about to be my kid's bedtime, so I'm trying to get as much done as I can. Luckily, the in-laws are helping me out, so I figure I'll do a look on each eye. Whatever palette I don't end up using in this video at a future time, maybe I can do like an Instagram reel. So I'm so sorry if I don't end up using the palette that you wanted me to use, but I only have 2 eyes, and I've already filmed an eye look today because, shock, I know all the indie brands are launching all the beautiful things, and I'm trying so hard to stay on top of it. So of course I have to use Paradise Cove because, I mean, are you kidding me? So let's go ahead and do a look with this palette and see how it turns out so I can give you guys some first impression thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to grab a E25 Max brush, and I think I'm going to go into this shade called Restless Soul. I think I'm gonna do a straight up green look. I would love to do a mix of colors, but I feel like since I don't have a ton of time, I'm just gonna do a monochromatic green look, and I'm gonna start off with, of course, a dark green on the outer corner and just kind of blend that as much as I can, and then pack some on as well. That built up so nicely on the outer corner. Now I want to pick out a light green and put it on the inner corner. For the inner corner, I think I'm going to use this shade called Grass is Green. I love that saying. My mom always says, the grass is always greener on the other side. Oh my goodness. I have been watching Monet on YouTube. She's kind of like a famous TikToker. I don't really watch her much on TikTok, but she does actually do some videos on YouTube as well. She's one of the very few TikTokers I feel like that was smart enough to also make sure she was building like a YouTube presence at the same time. But it's so interesting to see, because I think she might have been in like some kind of controversy or something happened, or like people started talking about her relationship that she's been in, and it's just so interesting to see the TikTok girlies go through the gigs of what it's like when you let the internet into your like personal life, and how to like navigate that, and how hard it can be when you have millions and millions and millions of followers.
I need your help, please.
Okay, so I had to stop mid-story, mid-filming to help out with bath times. I have no idea what exactly I was saying, but I'm pretty sure I was talking about, I went on like a side tangent about how I follow Monet on YouTube, and she was saying how she's trying to like navigate life as like a TikTok famous person on the internet, and how she's like realizing that people are pretty savage out there, and I feel for her, but it also makes me chuckle because I'm like, yeah girl, that's the life of being famous online, I guess. But anyway, she didn't come off as like entitled or anything. I just thought it was so interesting because everything seems so cyclical in like the internet space. So it's interesting to watch TikTokers now go through the realizations of things like that, that maybe YouTubers went through like 10 years ago. Okay, so on this eye, I'm gonna go in to the shade La Fortuna. It's like a really pretty duochrome at least, or potentially a multi-chrome. I'm just gonna pick it up on this Sigma brush, and I'm gonna put it all over the lid. I will say the greens, since I like blended them, they all kind of turned into like one shade of green. So I probably should have done a better job of contrast shades, but it's fine. It is what it is. So just gonna put that all over the lid, and it looks so stunning and sparkly. So that is so cute. I'm gonna line the waterline quick and finish up the eye look. Am I slowly counting down the days for when my in-laws leave? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am. I'm a bit of a hypocrite because my parents lived with us for months while they were trying to settle down. And my in-laws are only here for 5 weeks, but it's just so hard to be out of the routine. And since I work from home and my husband works from home most days of the week, it's just so chaotic. But we're actually doing okay. There was definitely a period of adjustment, and now things are going much better. I will say I'm only sharing because maybe some of you can relate, and it always is easier to get through hard things when you know you're not the only person out there that's going through something like that. So hopefully me just sharing gives you guys some hope. that it'll be okay, but for the most part, I'm so lucky because I have in-laws that live overseas. My family just moved here. It's been less than a year, so we are lucky in that sense that we have some grandparents here now, but I feel like my relationship with my in-laws does better because we live so far apart, so we can appreciate the time we spent together. Anyway, I did a blue in the lower lash line. I used this shade right here, super pretty blue, and then I tucked a little bit of this lime shade in the inner corner. So I really like how this eye look turned out. Now let's do a second look with one of the other palettes. So I really want to use El Camino, but I'm so curious about this Gourmandise. Am I saying that? I don't know. I feel like it's a mixture of the word gourmand girl or gourmand and paradise. So it's Gourmandise. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but I feel like this is such an interesting color story. And I think I'm just going to do another green look, but it's going to be different tones. I think I definitely need to use this shade, maybe this shade, and this beautiful shimmer on the lid. I've definitely seen this type of color before in other palettes from other brands, but it's a beautiful duochrome shade, so I'm very excited to see how that all looks on my eyeballs. Okay, so I'm grabbing this BK Beauty brush and I'm gonna go into this shade called Parfait. Such a pretty green. It's like a spearmint color. Also, not to be like super chatty because that's kind of annoying if you aren't somebody that follows my channel, but I did ask when I wasn't feeling well if I should watch Love Island, and let me tell you, there was an overwhelming response for yes, so I took your advice and I started watching Love Island because I got a Peacock subscription so we could watch the Olympics, and honestly I'm kind of bummed because I haven't really made the time to watch the Olympics. But I have been watching Love Island and it's really good. It's so trashy. It's so good. I think I'm on day 10. So Miguel just showed up. I have seen some spoilers of like Leah and stuff. So I know a little bit about who ends up with who. But Miguel just got here and I'm really excited to just kind of see what all happens now with everyone. And yeah, it's just a good trashy show. It's so cheesy and the guys are so cheesy and the girls are so dramatic, but I'm here for it. Okay, this shade Truffles is so pretty, but it's not as deep of a green as I was expecting. So I mean, I still think this is a really fun take on pastels, but it's definitely not like a deepening up shade, so that's fine. I really like that minty shade I used on the lid, and now I'm just going to go in with Curaçao, and that's supposed to be like the hollow shade in this palette. So let's go ahead and slap that sucker all over my lid. So I just picked it up with a flat brush. I switched over to a new spray to wet my brush with because I panned the little Benefit bottle I had. So I figured let me use the Glamlite, and this is the Fresh Prince setting spray. So yeah, kind of exciting. I don't often pan things, so I'm excited that I use something up. I'm also done with my Sigma eyeshadow primer. So that was kind of exciting. I've been like scraping the bottom of the component. Yeah, this needed a bit of finger application to amp it up. So that is so pretty. It's like a really pretty blue shade with some purpley sparkles to it. Let me go ahead and do the lower lash line quick on this eye as well. Okay, I had not had the chance to use my favorite Pacifica eye pencil in a while, so I did use it on this eye. I'm gonna take the shade Gourmand, which is such a pretty pale blue shade, And I'm just gonna blend it on the lower lash line. This is basically the same color as the eye pencil I use, so I'm just setting the eye pencil with this eyeliner shade and just giving it a nice blend. I was thinking maybe I'd do like a pink just to like contrast, but I wanted to use my favorite eye pencil, so I decided to use the blue instead. For the inner corner, I'm going to take this really pretty mint and I'm going to put that on the inner corner. My base makeup is hanging on by a thread. I got splashed on, my shirt is like soaking wet, and I'm like, let me just power through it because I don't need to put another shirt on. This is my second shirt of the day already. So anyways, I did try to take off my blush because I do have the new Colourpop blushes. So I figured we might as well test some blushes out as well while we're sitting here. Like I said, today was the worst day for me not to check the mail. Usually I check the mail and I get so disappointed because there's nothing in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just walked all this way to just find like the 80th Capital One credit card for the lady that used to live here. So anyways, I did find these Colourpop blushes in there and I was so excited. But this is the shade Larchmont Village. I thought that was a weird name. Is there some kind of like reference I'm not picking up on, because I feel like all the other names are like kind of like love inspired. I will say when I swatched these, I was a little bit scared because they felt so sticky, but this shade is so beautiful on the face here as I'm like blending it out. I feel like it looks so cute. So this is like a nudie shade, and then I might as well just do a different shade on this side because I'm gonna take this makeup off once I'm done filming. So let's use Second Date on this side of my face. But these are out already on the Colourpop site. And yeah, I'm like so shook that they sent me all of these shades. And like, I feel like I get like every other Colourpop PR. So I really wasn't expecting to get this one. And honestly, I don't know how much these PR teams watch YouTube videos. I feel like I usually show everything I get on YouTube, but I feel like maybe these brands don't know that I'm showing their stuff because they don't watch YouTube. But anyway, those two shades are both super duper pretty, so super excited to have all of those shades. I'm gonna finish my makeup off camera, but I also got these two new lippies from Clarins, which usually they send me like the same shade over and over again or the same mask over and over again. So I was really excited that they sent these new lip comfort oils. And this is the black and white edition. And I'm not sure if these are like exclusive to Sephora, but we have a PH shade that is 25 black, and we have a silver iridescent shimmer for sparkling shine, which is 24 white. So I thought I would go ahead and swatch these two because I did see these on the Sephora app, and I thought, why not swatch them for you guys in case you were curious to see it on my skin tone. So this is the first shade. Oh, that's pretty. It's like so comfy, and the doe foot is so soft. Oh, so it's got like a hint of sparkle. That feels so nice and so comfy, and it smells amazing as well. So this is the first shade, and I don't have any lip product on underneath this because I wanted you to see it kind of in its natural form. Okay, next I'm going to use the PH shades. So let's see what shade shows up on my lips. Okay, this is a cute color. I like it. It's not like a berry pink. It looks more natural, just a little bit darker than my lips. So I'm happy with it, thank goodness. And so those are the swatches of the Clarins lip oils. And I mean, I'm not going to give you guys like a review of this, but I did get the all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. So I'm just gonna spray this all over my face really quick as well. So thank you, Urban Decay, for sending this my way because I've been wanting to try this. I've been very curious. Okay, so between the setting spray and the blushes from Colourpop, I feel like my skin looks nice and hydrated after hours of filming YouTube videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this look, throw on some mascara, some highlighter, do something with his hair, and I'll be right back to show you the finished looks. Okay, friends, so here are the two finished looks with the 2 of the 3 Gourmand Girl X Ladybug Glow palettes, as well as the Gourmand Girl palettes. I'm just gonna call them the palettes because otherwise I'm gonna get my head in a twist trying to keep it all straight. Anyway, really quickly, because I know at least 5% of you watch my videos till the end just to see what earrings I have on. These, they're so good. I'm so obsessed with them. I just got them and I'm gonna link them down below, but I have to tell you a story about these. I was waiting for these to like go live on the site, and they went live, and I put them in my cart and I added a bunch of other things that I wanted as well. And I was waiting for the package and they lost the package, and I was like, no! And I contacted Zara to tell them that the package was missing so they could refund me. And I was devastated because the earrings were sold out, and I was like, no, I want the earrings. And luckily they came back in stock, so I snagged them and they came the second time, no problem. So I'm so excited because I love these earrings so much, and I just had to tell you that story because really, who else am I gonna tell? Anyways, now that we've tested a bunch of new makeup, let me go ahead and give you guys my quick first impression thoughts. I'm so excited to have some new shades of the Clarins lip oils. These are so nice. I mean, I know they're nice, but I really like the flavors of these ones, and I think they're really cool. So super pumped about that. They're nice, they're oily, they are hydrating, they're very shiny looking. So overall, I'm so excited to have some new shades that aren't like, I swear they keep sending me like the cherry flavor, and I'm like, I'm good, thank you, thank you. I mean, good for the people that enter my giveaway, but like I don't need another cherry gloss. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just saying it's funny. So I'm happy to get some new flavors. As far as these Colourpop blushes go, I forgot to read up on these if these are the same as their heart blushes, but they changed the packaging. Either which way, this is cute. Also, this is so much easier to open than their stupid Super Shock packaging. So like, maybe if I keep complaining about it enough, Colourpop will get the memo and switch the Super Shock packaging into something that's a little bit easier to open. I tried out 2 shades. I think they're so pretty. It does feel a little sticky still, so keep that in mind. I think that you will really enjoy these if you have dry skin. I'm not sure about the oily skin gals, so we'll have to wait and see reviews for the oily skin gals, but as far as my dry to normal skin goes, this will work just fine. Curious about a windy day though. It is very windy outside, but it's 8:36. I'm not going to go out there to see if my hair is going to stick to the blush. I guess I can... Yeah, see, it's a little sticky, so that could be problematic, but I guess you could set the blush. I don't always do that. I set my bronzer with a powder bronzer, but usually I don't set my cream blushes. So that's something to consider if you are contemplating buying any of those blushes, but they're cute, they're fun, you know, they're like Instagram-y, so I bet everybody will go nuts for them. Now let's talk about my favorite part, which is the eyeshadow palettes. Now I didn't get to try El Camino on my eyes, but I think this is just such an interesting color story. Again, I am a little bit confused about all the launch days and times. I saw on the Ladybug Glow Instagram account that this is already available. I didn't actually go check, but wherever I can find them, I will link them down below for you guys. This is just an interesting color story, so I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Like, is it interesting or do you think it's ugly? Because I think it's interesting, but I could see people thinking that it's not a cute color story, but I totally think it is. The Paradise Cove palette is so cute. I just really love the mattes that they included in this. I think it's a good range of colors. The shimmers are beautiful. They're not like my favorite, but they're nice, and I think this is a really cute color story. So I'm very excited to see Ladybug Glow and Gourmand Girls do something like this because it's totally my favorite. And yeah, I just couldn't help myself. I had to try this out too. Usually I like to do one eye look on both eyes, but I was so curious about both of these palettes that I decided to split them up and do a look on each eye. This ice cream palette from Gourmand Girls is so cute. Again, I think these color stories are just so interesting. So I really like what they did with this one. I know I recently ranked their peach palette. You probably haven't seen that video yet. I think these have the same amount of pans, but this palette is a little bit smaller, and I really like the size of this one. The peach one just feels a little bit too big. Not that it's the end of the world, but I feel like I just prefer this size. It just feels nice and just a little bit more compact. If it means you can get a smaller palette for less money, I'm always here for it, because I don't think a lot of people are panning a pastel eyeshadow palette anytime soon. So yeah, I think this is such a fun take on a pastel palette. I feel like I've seen so many pastels, but I've never seen a color combo like this. So I think they did a really good job with this. I can't wait to play with these some more, but I wanted to get a video up for you guys really quick because these are like launching, available soon. I don't know when I'll get to film again anytime with these palettes, so I wanted to get something done. Hopefully this video was somewhat helpful to you guys to see the swatches and things like that, because I feel like it always helps me to see the swatches in motion and in video, and I feel like on YouTube I'm uploading on 4K, so it really looks how it does when I'm seeing it here in person in my studio. So hopefully that's helpful to you guys. Like I mentioned, I do have affiliate codes with Ladybug Glow and Gourmand Girls. It's KHMAKEUP for both brands. I don't know if it's going to apply to these products, but I just want to mention in case you want to try it out and save some money, have at it. I appreciate you guys using my codes always, because it really helps me out and helps me put back into my channel. I also have my August monthly giveaway linked down below if you guys want to enter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Bye friends!